Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video I would like to explain to you how to set up an IFM PN7092 pressure switch. So in front of us we have a BMX MC6. We're gonna use it as a power supply, and then we've got a hand pump. It's a hydraulic calibration pump. You can actually use it to generate pressure. And then we've got our IFM pressure switch. Okay, so what happens, let's just use the BMX to power the pressure switch. Then we're gonna go to our menu, go to the calibrator. Under the calibrator you can supply voltage, you can supply current, but because this pressure switch, the only thing it requires is 24 volts to be on. So we're gonna select voltage, and then under voltage we're just gonna type 24 volts. 24 volts, and then that's it. And then it's gonna show us which of the terminals should we use. So for this we need to use those terminals. So I've already connected to those terminals, and as you can see my pressure switch is now powered on. Okay. That's all you need to do with the BMX for now. So once you have the power on your pressure switch, we're gonna go to the menu of the pressure switch just to set up the most important parameters. Okay, like we know the difference between a pressure switch and a pressure transmitter. A pressure transmitter will give you an analog output that you can read or you can display on a PLC, on a SCADA. You can display it you can use it to control a PID controller or something else. But a pressure switch is not like that. A pressure switch, you set it to certain values, and then it's gonna give you a digital output at the set value. Okay, so this IFM PN7092 pressure switch has got two outputs. Some pressure switches will come with just one output, so meaning you can only have one value. When it reaches a certain pressure, it will switch on, and then when it drops below or outside that pressure, it will switch off. So that's basically how the pressure switch works. Okay, let's go quickly to the setup. Okay, just briefly, and on top here we have two indicator lights on this side. There's an indicator light for output 1 and an indicator light for output 2. Like I said, this switch has got two outputs. And then we've got these three buttons. Those are the buttons that you can use to set. This one is for entering or for menu, and then there's an up and down button. And then we've got a display there. You can either select this pressure switch to display your pressure in bars or in megapascals or in PSIs. For now, let's just leave that one in bars. So when you press the menu button, the first value is SP1, which is your first pressure set point. So now you press down, you press again the same button, and then once you go in that, at the moment it's currently set to 6.5 bar. So meaning once I pressurize this pressure switch, when it gets to 6.5 bar, it should give me an output, which is output 1. To change this value, just press and hold here, and then when it starts changing, you can just increase it. Let's just leave it at 8 bar for now. And then to go back, you just press here. And then below that SP1, we're gonna have RP1. RP1 is a value at which this pressure switch will reset, meaning it's gonna come on at 8 bar, but then at 6 bar, it's gonna go off, meaning when the pressure starts dropping again. We can always change this value. Maybe let's say you want it to go off at 7.5. Just let's go up a bit, 7.5. So yeah, RP1. Okay, and then there's a next set point value that we need to check. SP2. SP2 is linked to output 2. So you don't always have to set this value. But if you are using your pressure transmitter, let's say you want it to give you a warning, just an example, you want it to give a warning at 8 bar, so you set SP1 as 8 bar. but you want it to give an alarm at 10 bar, so you can set SP2 to 10 bar, but it's not always necessary to set this one. It's the same method. SP2 is the same method as SP1, but we're not going to change it for now. And then again, SP2 is also going together with a value called RP2. That is RP2. So it's a reset point for the second one, which is the second one is at 18 bar, and then it's going to reset when the pressure drops below 18. Okay. Then after that, we've got this EF menu. This is where you can change a lot of things like the unit, the damping. You can change the color of your display. So you can go inside there. You can set the output first, or output one. At the moment, my output one is a normally open. I can actually set it to a normally closed, meaning it will always be on, and then when I get to pressure, it goes off. Okay, you can do the same for output 2. You can also set the display. You can do for 1 and 2. You can change the units there. You can change it from PNP to NPN, and then you can set the low value and the high values, the damping there, and the color, like I said, and then it should go back to the main menu. Okay, so now this is just it's a very easy to set up pressure switch. Let's start applying pressure on the switch and see what it does. Remember, we set the pressure to be 8 bar. So at 8 bar, my transmitter should come, one of the outputs should come on. Okay, let's just apply some pressure using the hand pump. Okay, 3 bar, 5, 6, 8. Above 8 bar, it's coming on, as you can see, like we said. So if we start releasing the pressure, let me try to see if I can release the pressure. When you see, as I release, as it gets to 8 bar, it comes on. But when I release, I let the pressure go at 7.5, it goes on. So that's the meaning of SP1 and RP1. We can do the same for SP2. SP2 was 20. You see, above 20 it comes on, and then it should be around 18, it should come on. It should come off. Okay, there it goes off. So that's basically how this IFM PN7092 pressure switch works. It's easy to use, it's straightforward. You can invert the signals, like I said. You can make one of the outputs a normally close, another output a normally open. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all for today. And thank you for watching. Please do not forget to like the video and subscribe. If you have got any questions, please drop the questions under the comment section. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.